Brand spanking new head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni, held his first ever press conference the other day. My reaction to the ridiculous reaction to that press conference, plus a clip of him being a little bit more collected with John Clark, all that and more coming up next.
And all three of those guys were really good, and they did a great job. But you just start again, right? What did Andrew do good? Doesn't matter. He doesn't play here anymore. What's Jacoby do good? Start again. We just got Phillip Rivers. What does he do good? What did Jacoby do good? Doesn't matter. Start again. And so you just start again over and over and over again. So I'm confident that that's in our mindset, that's in our DNA, to start again and to figure out what our guys do best and put them in the best situations they can be in.
Welcome back and happy Super Bowl week. I'm professional wrestler Chris Wilde, live from bar 4133. This is the Eagles News Now podcast. And just a couple days ago, I did a live watch along to brand new head coach Nick Sirianni's first ever press conference. Now, at the end of that watch along, I said I didn't think it was that bad. Now, I watched it again, and I still don't think it was that bad. So I was a bit surprised, and I shouldn't be, and I don't know why I still even expect any more or still bring this issue up. But I turned on WIP. It was John Ritchie's show, and the amount of negativity coming from Ritchie, who's always negative anyway, and just the fans, I thought was a little bit over the top, and it was kind of unreal to me. Now, obviously, Nick Sirianni is not this grade A public speaker. But, I mean, neither is Bill Belichick. Andy Reid wasn't. I mean, we all destroyed Doug Peterson, not just for the hire, but do you remember his first press conference? No, you don't. But I can tell you that he was not received greatly either. And I guess my point in this video is we're not going to remember Nick Sirianni's press conference, whether he's a great head coach or a bad head coach. We're not going to remember this, but the fans went absolutely apeshit. The producer of that show, actually, I couldn't believe he had the balls to say, oh, this guy's going to be gone in 2 to 3 years. There's no way he's going to lead men. There's no way he can coach a football team. They got this off of a 45-minute interview. I don't even know if it was that long. The fact that you make that kind of statement after what we just went through with Doug Peterson, I mean, like I said, these are the same people that thought Doug Peterson was going to be a failure here in Philly, and he won a Super Bowl. These are the same people that wanted Adam Gase and Ben McAdoo. Don't we learn? Don't they learn? Now, look, I'm an Eagles fan, but if you've watched me, look, I'll back you up if you're a part of the organization or if you're wearing that jersey on Sundays. But if you suck and if you're bad, look, I'm not holding back when it comes down to criticizing you because I'm a fan. That's what fans do. We have the right to do that because we buy all of this stuff or we listen to people like me, other fans. We have that right. So I'm not saying that, people can't have their own opinion. I just felt like it was over the top. And again, most of the media, the people that are pushing this stuff on us, I thought were really unfair to this guy. And again, look, he was definitely nervous, absolutely nervous. I felt like he was still interviewing for the job, the way he was speaking to us. He put in a Villanova thing. He talked about Kobe Bryant. All that was missed on the media. They didn't talk about that. And I thought he was, if anything, the guy's a bad liar. If anything, he's got to learn how to lie better. Look, and when I say that, I mean, you ask him about Carson Wentz over and over and over again, as I knew they were going to, and they didn't let up. What do you expect him to say? Do you expect him to be 100% honest and say, look, Carson sucked last year. If he plays like that again this year, I don't want to coach him. I don't want him to be on the team if all the reports or what I'm reading are right? Or do you want him to say, hey, Jalen looked promising at times, but then at other times he didn't look great. We might want to look for a quarterback in the draft. Of course not. Of course he's not going to say that. He gave the answers that he was probably coached to give. And when he said, look, I have no thought of who's going to be my day one starter, I doubt that that's the truth. He's got to become a little bit better a liar, and he'll learn that. But also, you got to understand, This guy was actually on vacation in Florida when he got the call to interview for the Eagles job. The dude didn't even have a suit, and that's another thing. I thought he probably should have wore a suit for that press conference, but that's just my personal preference. When he interviewed for the Eagles, he had like 9 days to get everything, all his shit together, and then get to Philly and start picking his staff. So when people go, how could he not have watched weeks worth of footage on the 2020 Eagles? I mean, what do you really expect? When he said, a lot of people took this out of context too. He said that he had watched 2017 film in 2018 on Carson Wentz with Frank Reich. He didn't say he saw any 2020 of Carson Wentz, and I'm sure he did a little bit. But again, when he was asked the question, he said he didn't watch much tape. There wasn't much crossover tape between the Colts and the Eagles. And another thing, you ask him about the wide receivers. What did you think about last year's wide receivers? How you're gonna be able to coach them and how they're gonna fit into your scheme. Obviously, he doesn't want to say this, but he doesn't know what wide receivers are going to be here because Alshon Jeffrey probably not going to be here. Deshaun Jackson probably not going to be here. Zach Ertz probably not going to be here. I know Zach Ertz is a tight end, but you're painting him into a corner with those questions, and that's exactly what the media tried to do. He did not give them the answers that they wanted. And again, he said some stuff that kind of was, made you like roll your eyes or go, what is he talking about? But again, what else do you expect? And like I said in the beginning, whether he's a great coach, whether he wins a Super Bowl, whether he wins a playoff game, you're not going to remember this press conference. But the media is pushing that this guy is not going to be a good coach. Darius Leonard, one of his former players, said he couldn't believe that how the media was clowning this guy. And not everybody is going to be a great public speaker. Again, I just bring back Andy Reid, who was monotone and boring. I bring back Doug Peterson, who everybody called a goof, and then you see videos of him in the locker room when he's speaking to players, and it's 100% different. And then not only that, I talk about those guys. I talk about a guy like Bill Belichick, who whatever, he doesn't give a shit about the media. But they had they were able to stand in a room in front of people and speak. Nick Sirianni is put in front of a screen with voices coming from all over, okay? You can't really directly look a person in the eyes and answer. It's a Zoom conference. One of the most awkward things, I don't know if anyone has had to deal with Zoom or anything like that, but it's absolutely one of the most awkward things you can have to do, and especially if I don't know how many Eagles press conferences or just Zoom press conferences in total that you've watched, but a lot of the time there's a lot of technical difficulty, and it's just awkward. It really puts the speaker at a disadvantage. But again, no leeway given for that either. It's the Philadelphia media. They are just waiting for the smallest, tiniest little thing for this guy to have done negatively, and they are going to jump on it. They are going to absolutely jump on it. That's why the media in the city is so tough. And look, whatever, it is what it is. As fans, we expect greatness from everybody that comes into the city, and I don't expect us to let up on these guys. But the media just to completely crucify this guy for, again, what wasn't a great first Zoom press conference after 9 days after getting the job. Again, I don't know if it falls on Sirianni or it falls on the people that should have been getting him more prepared for what the Philadelphia media was going to give to him, because they should have probably prepared him a little bit better than what they did. And in closing, I'm going to tell you, it didn't start off great. Again, if you watch the watch along that I did, I think that Jeffrey Lurie put it at such a bad note by doing that. It was half an hour diatribe on the process and how many teams don't have to deal with. Yeah, because many teams don't hire coach after coach after coach. We don't care about the process and this and how much he loved Deuce Staley but couldn't give Deuce a job. It started on a negative note, and Jeffrey Lurie absolutely bored the shit out of me with his. It was just bad. It was just cringe-worthy bad with Jeffrey Lurie. Just what a stupid thing I think they did, putting him up there for that. Look, a quick introduction about Sirianni, that was what we needed. Not this long, unreal, just, again, cringe-worthy prelogue from Jeffrey Lurie. It gives me a bad taste in my mouth as we speak. That's what she said. And with that being said, guys, I just wanted to get that off my chest and also share the clip from John Clark almost at midnight tonight. I haven't seen it yet. Nick Sirianni went one-on-one with John Clark, and he looked a little bit more collected. And I know it's just one clip, but looked a little bit better than what he did Thursday. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Actually, Friday I meant. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with some more content. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Go Birds. I'll see you later.